extreme. Is that what you call it? Is that what you describe any music that starts to do that?
No.
Is extreme?
Well, no,
because you can use that in deathcore too. So
dude,
I mean,
extreme
is what is extreme to you,
Kyle? It's funny that you asked this because I just thought about my own personal definition of the word extreme in the context of metal subgenres, in the last 48 hours.
Oh, here we go. So it's fresh.
Yeah, and you pulled it straight out of me.
I did.
While it's fresh, and that's great. I like that a lot. So, in my opinion, extreme is anything that makes you go, "Oh, dang." Because you can listen to death metal.
Dang.
You can listen to some death metal and it can be flaccid, and you can blast and it can be flaccid, and you can be brutal, quote unquote, and it's flaccid. It's not hard. When a death metal is hard and ridiculous and like past the point of like, oh, that's just noise, like, oh, they're actually doing something that's like wild, that's what makes it extreme.
That's pretty much how I explain it too, but I usually use the term extreme when I'm trying to like explain to someone's mom what I do, because they don't listen to stuff like that, and when they start, because usually if they're being shown that they're
They think it's screamo.
well, not necessarily
Screamo,
screamo,
like,
once the screaming
screamo
vocals
shit?
come in, they just clock out immediately.
Yeah.
And so usually like I have older coworkers. I'm one of the youngest in my factory, and they're like, "So what kind of music do you play?" It's like, and I'm just like, "Well, it's a bit extreme. You'll like the instrumental, like the instruments, because that's usually what they end up telling me they like anyway. But when the vocals come in, you're gonna most likely clock out because you're not gonna understand what's going on."
To me, the vocals just have to sound cool to me. The lyrics to me is an afterthought, because who the fuck has booklets anymore and actual physical CDs?
Not to mention, I personally even
to
like
look up the lyrics, like right away. That's what I always used to do, was with the booklets. I'd listen to it and then I'd look at the shit. But like the lyrics are last for me because I can't understand them most of the time. And some of yours I can, some of
I pick and choose when I enunciate. If
Right.
I want you to understand
Yeah.
me, you probably will.
Dave, with my own will, I can understand his, but he's got more of what people say like fry.
Yes, that's
vocals,
correct.
So that's different. Again, there's all different classifications, but it just has to sound good to me with the music, and then I did
In context.
Yeah.
Because the sounds that metal or extreme vocalists make, with no context, they are stupid, fucking obnoxious monster noises.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that they are. With no context, what are you doing, dude?
Right.
Why you sound like that? Like, are you going to play a demon on an animated cartoon or something? Like, what is your actual intention here? No context, it's nothing.
I can only name
Stupid
two
sound.
vocalists that have actually done that too, and that's Ollie from Archspire. Ollie from Archspire did the I think he was on the Doom Eternal soundtrack as like a background vocalist.
Mm-hmm.
I know Travis Ryan from Call of Decapitation did zombie noises in what's that one game from PS4? Days Gone, I think.
Oh yeah.
And then our friend Michael Alvarez, he's doing Dead by Daylight now. So that's so they have the right to say that, to do whatever the hell.
Extreme death metal vocalists are kind of like voice actors. We trick our voices and we trick our vocal cords, which normally sound like this, like totally normal speaking voices, into making sound effects, pretty much.
Right. Yeah. However you craft that in your mouth, your tongue, and everything,
Everything plays a role.
Give me an example. What does it look like inside your mouth? Like, what are you doing with your tongue to make like a deep growl? Like, what are you doing?
I open my mouth because a wider hole for the sound to travel out of will make the sound wider. So drop the jaw and I'll maybe like pull my lips back, but just like real open. Or that's when I want you to understand
me.
me.
Like really open.
Yeah, but I can do it also with my mouth closed, but keep my keep my lips closed and tight, like a butthole for butthole guttural or whatever the fuck,
Butthole.
Yeah, it's closed. Real small, but still like a low melodic note, and keep like my throat and my like mouth internally like as open as I can. So
yeah.
oh, I want you to understand me. I'll kind of go like this. And then, I don't want you to understand me that much. Just a little bit. Same thing. You drop the jaw, you create more space for the note to exist.
But then you still got to get the sound, though. That's like,
Right.
you.
That's a different part of it. You asked
Yeah,
about the lip placement.
Right.
So.
Right. I mean, but after that, no, that you still have to, like, you can master, like, how to do it. But
Oh,
then you
yeah,
still
yeah.
have to be able to produce that fucking growl.
And also
Yeah, it's a
making the
bunch of different
endurance.
things. It's a bunch of different things that I didn't know about until relatively recently. Like I did vocals for a long time, just trying to like figure it out. And only quarantine was a huge shifting point for me. Although I was starting to acquire knowledge, like late, real knowledge, like late 2019. But yeah, there's so much to it
Well,
and so much to learn.